Imagine this. You walk into a room. No music, no fan, no voices, just silence. At first, it feels peaceful, but after a few seconds, something feels wrong. Your chest tightens, your thoughts get louder, you suddenly feel uneasy. And here's the strange part. Nothing is actually happening. So why does your brain react like something is wrong? Why does silence feel uncomfortable to humans, while other animals seem perfectly fine with it? And why do people placed in complete silence start hearing things that aren't even there? The truth is unsettling. Silence activates the oldest fear inside, the human brain. And once you understand why, you will never experience silence the same way again. We are taught that silence is peaceful, that calm exists in quiet places, that silence equals relaxation. But biologically, silence was never peaceful. For early humans, silence meant danger. In nature, sound never truly stops. Wind moves through trees, leaves rustle, insects make noise. So when everything suddenly went quiet, it meant something was wrong. A predator might be nearby. Something could be watching. Death could be close. The humans who ignored silence did not survive long enough to pass on their genes. You are alive today because your brain learned to fear quiet moments. Silence was not calm. Silence was a warning. Your brain is not just a thinking machine. It is a prediction machine. Every second it predicts what will happen next. Before a sound happens, your brain already expects it. That's why you stop noticing the sound of a fan. That's why traffic noise fades into the background. That's why constant noise disappears from awareness. Your brain filters sound to save energy, but silence breaks this system. Suddenly there is no pattern, no prediction, no reference point. The brain doesn't relax. It becomes alert. It asks a silent question. Why did the sound stop? And when the brain can't find an answer, it creates anxiety. This is why silence feels loud, because your brain is working harder than ever. Noise distracts you from yourself. Silence removes that distraction. In silence, your thoughts have nowhere to hide. Regrets resurface, embarrassing memories replay. Insecurities become louder. That's why many people turn on music, podcasts, or TV, even when they are not really listening. Not for entertainment, for escape. Silence forces you to face your own thoughts. And the human mind is not always a comfortable place. In the 1950s, scientists built a room so quiet that it absorbed almost all sound. It was designed to be the quietest place on Earth. People believed it would feel peaceful. They were wrong. Inside this room, people began hearing things. Their heartbeat, their blood flowing, their bones moving. After a few minutes, anxiety increased. After more time, hallucinations began. Some people heard voices, some heard music, some heard footsteps. One man stayed inside for 45 minutes. When he walked out, his hands were shaking. He said the silence was screaming. No one has ever lasted much longer than an hour because the human brain cannot handle total silence. Your brain hates uncertainty. In fact, it prefers bad information over no information at all. That's why people imagine worst case scenarios. That's why fear fills the unknown. Silence provides no data, so the brain fills the gap with anxiety, not because you are weak, but because your brain is ancient. Now think about awkward silence. You're talking to someone. The conversation suddenly stops. Your heart rate increases. You feel pressure to speak. You feel pressure to speak. You feel uncomfortable. Why? Because silence in social situations signals danger to the brain. It can mean rejection, judgment, disapproval. Thousands of years ago, being rejected by the group meant being alone, and being alone meant death. So your brain still treats awkward silence as a survival threat. At night, silence feels even worse. Vision becomes weaker. Hearing becomes stronger. The brain becomes more alert. Darkness combined with silence activates ancient survival instincts. That's why many people sleep with fans, white noise, or music, not for comfort, for safety. Here is the irony. Silence is no longer dangerous, but your brain hasn't updated. Modern life is full of noise, notifications, traffic, screens, constant stimulation. We are no longer used To quiet, silence now feels uncomfortable because it reveals something we avoid: ourselves. The thing we fear is not silence. It is what our mind brings into it. Yet silence is where creativity is born. Where clarity appears, where self-understanding begins. Silence is not empty. It is honest. And honesty is uncomfortable. The next time silence makes you uneasy, remember this: it's not the silence you fear, it's what your mind shows you when nothing distracts it. And the moment you stop running from silence is the moment you begin to understand yourself.